Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to the Hy-Vee Today show. This is Tony Tone. It's a somber start to the program on Wednesday, the 29th of January. We lost our friend Sammy the Sad Balloon, who was tethered to this Milky Way. Sammy was just about 7 days old, I think. And thank you, sir. Sammy was a very sad, deflating balloon. And his sole purpose was to encourage you to order Valentine's Day stuff from Hy-Vee Floral Shop before Valentine's Day, which again is Friday, February 14th, because if you would have shown up on Valentine's Day at 4 or 5 o'clock because you procrastinated, the only option that you would have left is a balloon tied to a candy bar. We don't know exactly what happened. Muscatine police are investigating. We're going to have to review the security footage because Sammy the Sad Balloon was last seen in the floral shop yesterday afternoon by, I guess I was an eyewitness. And then this morning, all that was left is, well, we don't want to get into too many graphic details. But with Just Like Life, we are proud to introduce Samuel, the Sad Balloon, who is just a little baby balloon that wants to encourage you to not wait until Valentine's Day, or you'll have the option of a fun-sized Snickers and Samuel, named after his father. Samuel the Sad Balloon II. And if I had to fathom a guess, we'll probably have the third by the end of this thing because it's a balloon, and I think this one is literally full of hot air. If you think I'm full of hot air, nice, Samuel. There. Sorry for your loss. So again, don't wait until Valentine's Day. And if anything, if you order your Valentine's Day stuff by this Saturday, February 1st, we'll deliver it for free. We've never offered free delivery. If you spend a minimum of $30 and Samuel the Sad Balloon and mini candy, conveniently $29.99, you could get free delivery in town. So free in-town delivery in Muscatine on Valentine's Day. You got to order on or before this Saturday, February the 1st, right here. A couple things to mention really quick. Didn't know that it was going to, whatever it did, weather-wise. I don't even want to say that it snowed because it's just kind of like it's a little, there's a little bit of a mix on the parking lot here at Hy-Vee, so you might have that on your driveway, maybe on your vehicle if it was parked outside overnight. But the good news is, again, this time last year we were approaching record colds to the tune of 33 below zero. That is not the case. If anything, today's high forecasted around 32 degrees above, not below. So that's exciting. It's Wellness Wednesday in the store. Real quick, everything in the health market, 10% off. Organic produce, 10% off. Health and beauty care items. So maybe if Samuel, the Sad Balloon, needs to get like a toothbrush, 10% off. Or deodorant, 10% off. It's Wellness Wednesday. If you're doing a low-carb, keto diet, all that healthy stuff, 10% off. I had ice cream for dinner last night. I had Rebel ice cream for dinner. Peanut butter fudge, ton of fat, no sugar, 7 carbs, and I'm not lying. My weight between yesterday and today, I'm down 5 pounds. It's ice cream. It's ice cream and water and intermittent fasting. I wish I was exaggerating, but that's the scale. It's a brand new scale, syncs to my phone. I was like, okay. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't take 20,000 steps yesterday. I took like 11,000. You know what I mean? I don't know. Here's the secret to losing weight. It's ice cream, all right? There you go. I've said it. Rebel ice cream. We also have, of course, if you don't want to cook for lunch or dinner today, some deals in all the different food service options. So today's Wednesday. You could get a Chinese number 1 or 2 entree, $3.99. How about a $6.99 pasta Hy-Vee buffet? And what else do we have? $2.99 pulled pork sandwich. Half off all sushi is a great deal. So those are going on today on Wednesday, and then we look ahead to tomorrow on Thursday. 15-cent fuel saver on any breakfast, 66-cent egg rolls, 50-cent boneless wings, and buy one, get one free soup and salad bar. So that's awesome. Two things real quick, and then we'll get to our guest who's patiently waiting. The Star Wars event coming up this Saturday right here inside the Market Grill Express, featuring 2 fully dressed stormtroopers. This is exciting. These folks are licensed with Lucasfilms, and I'm excited they're coming out. 10 till noon, meet and greet. You can RSVP by calling 563-264-2219. 563-264-2219. That's the phone at the bar that rings behind us. We'll get you on the list. Bring the kids, or if you're just a grown-up and you love Star Wars and you've always wanted to take a selfie with a stormtrooper, I don't blame you. Also appearing Wes the Balloon Guy doing some, well, if anything, Wes the Balloon Guy, we could commission Wes to make a family for, is it unnerving to do that to the balloon? I'm just like my ventriloquist. You can't even see my, what is this thing called? The finger moving. That's probably not what you want to call it, but whatever. All right, it's a whole thing. My wife's watching now, too. She's like, that's what he does at work? Fantastic. And then last but not least, tomorrow is the 5th annual Happy New Year Chinese Orchestra performance at Muscatine High School. So please consider attending that. This is free. First come, first serve. Muscatine High School Auditorium, 7 o'clock on the dot in the drop top cruising the streets. This is tomorrow. 5th annual Happy Chinese New Year concert. Don't want you to believe any of the non-doctors on Facebook. These folks are from a different part of China. They have nothing. You have nothing to worry about with this coronavirus. It's ridiculous that people are even making this a thing. But again, I'm just thankful that we have so many doctors on Facebook and infectious disease experts. Just kidding. They're trolls that don't know anything. So please come and see these folks. Once in a lifetime opportunity. Muscatine's fortunate to have them here. Shout out to Dan Stein for making it happen. My wife said, why did you change your shirt? The black one looked good this morning. Now I'm going to have a whole complex. She said it looked big on me. I changed it because it looked big on me. Josh Keeler is here. Josh is the Fixed Operations Director with Toyota of Muscatine and the Abra Body Shop. It's great to see you.
It's good to see you, sir.
I love that title. It's very fortuitous.
Yes.
And long on a business card.
It is.
So we're sitting here, Josh. There's a little bit of yuck on the roads. I feel like people need to always drive cautiously or drive with caution in the winter. I definitely, for one, I don't want to, skid through an intersection. If I can control not hitting anybody with my beautiful Toyota Sienna van, I'm going to do everything that I can. Now, there's things like deer and other animals that you can't really control. I just wonder for you, as we're sitting here, it's almost the end of January. We've kind of had a mild-ish winter, per se.
Yes.
Have you been busy? Is it just a thing, winter, you're like, here we go, we're going to get busy, or is that not the case?
It's better for us. I don't want to say this in a bad sense.
I get it.
It is better for us if there's 1 to 2 inches and it's like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Uh-huh.
God forbid we don't want to get anybody hurt or anything like that.
Sure.
But if people know there's going to be 6 to 8 inches coming,
yeah,
they're going to come to Hy-Vee. They're going to stock up and they're going to burrow in. That's pretty much the gist of it. It's been decent.
Yeah.
It could always be better in my eyes.
Are you seeing, and obviously you serve folks, throughout Muscatine County, certainly at Abra Body Shop, right at Toyota Muscatine, hop, skip, and a jump from where we're at right here. Is it more deer? Is it fender benders? Is it door dings? Is it, people sometimes will do like the thing they're backing out of their own garage. They do the rub on the side of their vehicle.
There's a lot of that.
Is there something that you've seen more than others thus far in 2020 during this month?
2020 has been a weird year. Well, not 2020, I should say 2019.
Okay.
Obviously, we had the torrential downpours in the spring and made things really weird as far as even with the weather. Well, you know how mild this winter has been.
Right.
So the deer, they're in tune to that. They don't rut at the normal time that they do.
Sure.
And I'm from Wisconsin, and I know that for a fact that the deer kill was way down this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot more deer. I just think that during hunting time, it wasn't like it normally is.
The thing that surprises me, certainly, driving down, it was Lucas Street, and then it was what other street? I'm just in the middle of town. Just deer in the middle of the road, just like, and you're like, what are you doing? There are like 3 of them.
Yeah.
It was on Fulham and then on Lucas, and I'm thinking, I'm paying attention, but that would be, and not that it's better to hit a deer on the highway, but certainly if you hit a deer in town, I don't even know if I'd call you. I'd just be like, yeah, it was a whole thing. I tried to race this deer, but isn't that crazy that we have to worry about deer? I mean, it's one thing you're driving down 61 or 80 or whatever, and they jump out. But to be cruising through town and to see them.
Yeah, you don't expect it. They're definitely out there. There's not a doubt about that.
What about the technology side of your business? Because certainly Abra Body Shop. So if you're watching and anything happens, God forbid, door ding, fender bender, deer, you feel like you just maybe kind of got a bigger boo-boo, Abra can take care of you. Just want to point that out. You have the choice where you get to go. Sometimes these insurance companies try and say, you got to go here. This is it. You got to go here, and that's not the case.
No, matter of fact,
deal with there's no deal set up. Their insurance company. Sometimes there are, and they have agendas, but it is your choice. If I, God forbid, hit Bambi's mom today, and my insurance was like, well, we don't want you to go to Jeff's Body Shop, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna go to Abra. It's my choice, right? Josh,
yes,
it's my
absolutely.
choice.
And when you do that, it's kind of a one-stop shop for us. You can literally come in when the accident happens, or call me and say, hey, I'm on my way in.
Yep.
Josh, I got this happened.
Yeah.
I'll ask you if it's drivable, or Carlo will ask you if it's drivable, and if it is, yeah, we're gonna bring you in. It's kind of a start to finish type deal. I'm not gonna call your agent probably. I'm probably gonna grab your card from you, and we'll make a phone call together, because most insurance companies are gonna know, they're gonna want to know what, when, where, why, how this happened.
Yep.
And if they can do that all in one phone call, then you're not busy trying to dial an 800 number and talk to 8 different machines and press a few buttons before you talk to a human.
Yep.
So it makes things easier ultimately. We're preferred by over 30 different insurance companies.
That's fantastic.
So even the ones we're not preferred by, we work with.
So obviously, not to interrupt, but that says a lot about the work that you're able to do.
Absolutely.
If that many people are like Abra, right?
Yep, and then to have a lifetime warranty on it, you really can't beat that. You could be gone down the road after we've repaired you for a year, 2 years. I've seen it as much as 5 years.
Wow.
And if something was to fall off and they deemed it was workmanship related, then we would fix it.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So again, think about that. Something happens, you get it fixed at Abra. Like Josh said, a couple years later, something goes wrong, and nobody else does that.
No.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's tough for folks to do that outside of an Abra setting. And then there's this whole thing like just a loaner car and that customer service, because it's one thing. Because unfortunately, Josh, part of your gig has to be almost like a counselor, because people are coming to you maybe in the not best versions of themselves. You ever been in a car accident? It's terrible. I was in an awful car accident. That's why I have this Toyota Sienna. Totaled previous vehicle, all shook up. I remember sitting in my vehicle after I hit this 14-year-old. Anyways, I was spun out in the middle of 61, right by the movie theater, and off-duty cop, my buddy Joe, saw it, called it in, and I remember saying to him, because he was right here on the other side, and I was still like, the airbag had just hit me in the face, which is fun, by the way. Not fun, I'm kidding. But I remember saying to him, do you think I can just back up? And he's like, no, no. Like, I didn't know how bad it was.
Yeah.
Right? I was dazed and confused. So, and then you make the call, and you're just like, I remember calling my wife and just being like, I was in an accident. How bad was it? I was like, I don't know. And then I looked, and I was like, oh my gosh. It was terrible. But that's what you get to deal with, right?
Yeah.
You're dealing with people that are like, just devastated at times.
And that's just it. One person doesn't care at all about their car. They just use it as a means to an end.
Right.
And other people, they have names. They have names for the car.
Yeah.
So you want to treat everybody, as best you can
Sure.
as far as meeting their needs.
Yeah.
Our goal is to get things back to pre-accident condition. And we have the warranty, and the best part is, let's say if you do call me, you're in an accident, or your mom calls me and she's in an accident, and she can drive it there, but let's say that she's got a headlight or a taillight out. If she does, then we're going to put her in a car, probably that day.
That's awesome.
And it's ultimately better for her and the whole process if we do that, because at that point, she's in a vehicle already. She doesn't have to wait around and see if the rental place has a car or get permission. We're just going to make her write on a document that, hey, she's using our vehicle.
That's great.
And then as soon as we've sent her away, we're going to start doing some disassembly on the vehicle so we can see everything that's broken.
Absolutely.
The big thing now is there's so much plastic on vehicles you can't really see. Let's say you hit your bumper. Well, underneath your bumper is metal. There is metal underneath there, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Because the most of it up front is plastic. So whatever we can do to expedite things and make a good parts list, get a good repair plan set up, we try and do up front.
And it's impressive if you haven't seen, and I've seen the operation at Abra Body Shop, of course, and when it comes down to making the repairs, of course, getting things fixed the right way the first time, but then people sometimes will worry, well, is it going to look, certainly that front end might look the same, but what about the paint? My Toyota Sienna, kind of a weird color. You have this amazing way to match. I would look pretty good in a 2020 Sienna. I just let the record state. I always tell TJ Deere I'm happy to just throw my key at him, and then he throws me the key of a new one. Look at that.
Yeah, that looks good.
I don't even like white vehicles, but I'd be happy to drive it at no cost. Maybe get a Toyota Muscatine tattoo. But talk about that, because that's a big thing, the paint match. If people are worried, like, well, this color, and you're like, no, don't worry about it.
Well, everything we do, typically we blend. And the insurance company will pay us for that. So
that's cool.
It's not going to be an issue. If we're having a color problem, we typically don't.
Right. You don't run into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine that, and certainly you've probably run the gamut as far as vehicles that arrive, from the things that are maybe close to having to just be totaled, to the minor door dings. What I'm getting at is there's not probably a lot, Josh, that would surprise you.
No.
You've seen a lot. So for folks to be concerned, they're distressed, yes, but you're just like, listen, we'll get you taken care of. And by the way, here's a vehicle to drive. Here's an email with pictures of progress on your vehicle. And here's this incredible warranty.
Honestly, that's my favorite part of the whole deal.
The progress pictures.
People don't understand the process. So even if you know nothing at all about cars, if I'm shooting you pictures of the progress going along, you can actually say, well, or your spouse says to you, what's going on with the vehicle? Well, they have the bumper off of it. You can see that here. Here's the pictures. I mean, I think that's cool, because that there's nothing to hide.
No, absolutely not. And my mom had this happen, right? She bought a Toyota Camry before Smilin' Ray retired.
Oh yeah.
And then had the little fender bender. Somebody backed into her, took it to Abra, and she's shown me the pictures in the email. Had the loaner car. I'm like, this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
This is great, and that's firsthand experience, not me necessarily, but that's my mom's story. There, look at that. The proof's in the pudding, right? You can't even tell. I couldn't tell. I'm not a car guy, but I mean, look at that. I mean, that's a terrible thing to have happen to a vehicle, and then it looks just as good as when it arrived.
Absolutely.
And we won't hold it against it because it's a Hyundai.
And the other thing,
that's fine. You work on you don't work on just Toyotas.
That's
obviously.
Exactly right. And what I was going to tell you, as far as GM, Ford, and Dodge, we do OEM price matching. So even though the insurance company wants to pay us for an aftermarket part in some insurance companies, we will put on a factory part.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to have what came on your car go back on your car.
Well, and I guess I don't want to get into the weeds, but especially if it's not your fault. Sometimes if you get into an accident and it's not your fault, but your vehicle takes the brunt of the damage, and then you're dealing with insurance, and then you're taking it to a place, and then you're like, you're not even thinking, is it going to be a factory part, because it's not in your line of sight. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like you're not even going to think about that. But that's like with Abra, that's what you do. You're like, here's exactly, like you said, totally transparent. Here's what's going to happen. It's not going to be, an off-market part. We're going to get you taken care of. And it's not about sticking it to the insurance company, but they're trying. Listen, here's what I know about insurance companies, because I sued one. They're trying to. Oh yeah, they're trying to not. I don't know if I can. I said it. Whatever. They're trying to not pay you anything, right? They're trying to get by, like, bare bones it for the most part.
Well, we have a deal set up with every one of our preferred providers.
Sure.
So basically, it's kind of like if you go to the doctor and the doctor says he's going to pay. He needs to be paid $100, and the insurance company's going to pay $70.
Sure.
It's very similar to that, and it's more about the mass quantity of the business. Sure. I wouldn't say they're trying to undercut. They have to repair it back to a what you had before.
Yeah.
So we have to do that, and we get along with the insurance companies. Obviously, we wouldn't have the business if we didn't. A lot of times you'll call your agent and say, hey, where should I go? Anymore, the agent's going to give you the 800 number and say, here, you need to file the claim, because legally they can't do it for you anymore.
Correct.
So basically, you're going to talk to somebody that's not from Muscatine. They're not
Sure.
from the Quad Cities. They're not from anywhere around here. And that person's not going to know. You want to go to Toyota, and you say you want to go to Toyota, they're going to look at the thing and say, well, but there is no Toyota on our preferred list. So that's where a lot of people need to make the association that Abra and Toyota are one. So as long as you know Abra is Toyota, and they'll say, well, you've got a couple options. Either you can go here or you can go to Abra. And you say you want to go to Toyota. Oh, wait, Abra is Toyota. It's the same.
I mean, that could be on a T-shirt. Abra is Toyota, just like Finkel is Einhorn. It's the same thing. I'm not wrong, right?
I like
if
the
you
Ace
get that
Ventura
reference. You're
Yes.
so welcome if you get that reference.
Yes.
If you don't, rent Ace Ventura. And you must be a child if you don't get that reference. Literally, in the same building. That's what's so cool about it. Showing everybody on the map right now, Toyota of Muscatine, Abra, auto body and glass. And that's the thing. Like, I don't want to tell you, because we're friends. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. This is true.
You've piqued my interest now.
Yeah, this is true. I have little tiny baby crack do in the windshield.
Oh, really?
Hasn't grown into a mommy or daddy crack, but it's kind of a little
Under
thing.
the size of a quarter?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I'll look at it before I leave.
You're marvelous.
How'd that be?
It's been there for, it's one of the, I don't even know when it happened. Maybe I was driving and a rock fell off of a truck, and then all of a sudden you're looking and you're like, and I don't notice it because it's on the passenger side, but like any time that my wife drives the 2012 Toyota Sienna, she's like, you still got that thing. And I'm like, can you stop pointing out the flaws in this beautiful vehicle? It's marvelous. And then you're just picking it apart. So is that something that I should worry about?
I would get it. Well, it depends on the size. So once you look at it, it never hurts. I always tell people this, even with estimating cars.
Yeah.
It never hurts to ask.
Okay.
Come in or call us. And if you're curious about what something's going to cost, even if you don't like the number, at least you've got the information.
That's a great point. Sure.
And what we do, and even with the estimating, is even if you say you're not going to go to the insurance company, we take all the pictures right up front. People will be like, well, the damage is in the front. Why are you in the back? Because the insurance company asks for all four corners of the vehicle. Just
I didn't know
that. That's real.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Why would you leave it to chance and just go to the experts?
Yep. And if you decide to make the claim, then guess what? 2 days later, a week later, a month later, we've got your information already. All we got to do is send it off to the insurance company, and bam, it's done.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm hoping that I don't need a new windshield, certainly. But yeah, just as we're talking, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have that little. And again, I don't notice it, right? But it's there.
We'll have to look at it. If it's something where it needs to be replaced, now that gets into the new technology part we were kind of talking about a little bit earlier.
Right.
Now, yours is what year?
2012.
Okay, so you don't have any pre-collision on it.
Nope.
Which is good, because it'll be a little cheaper probably that way.
Now, what about just duct tape?
No, I would frown against that.
Okay. Glue?
No.
Have you seen duct tape on a windshield? You don't have to say yes. Your laugh gives it away.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't duct tape it. Don't glue it. There is a thing where like there's a resin that could maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And I was going to ask you if you'd ever seen that done.
I have seen it done. I believe so. Yeah, where they kind of fill.
They put a vacuum on it,
that's
a little cup, like
don't do
plunger
that.
cup thing. Yeah. That would not be a repair.
No. So they put the vacuum on the windshield. What do they do?
It basically pulls a vacuum,
Okay.
so negative pressure, and it'll hold that on there, and basically that's what will suck the resin into the glass.
Oh, that's cool.
And on a good repair, some of them that are all starred up that are under the size of, let's say, a quarter.
Yeah.
You can barely see.
You can tell. Yeah, you can't tell that it happened.
Barely
That's
see.
super cool.
Stuff that's right in your plain line of sight.
Yeah.
We call it the acute zone. So let's say your steering wheel's here, and where you generally look out, they will not repair, even if it's a small one.
Really?
And the reason being is because somebody had been sued before, and your eye will naturally be drawn to. It's like let's say you're touching up your hood on your car.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Your eye will be drawn.
If you know that you touched up a spot on your
you're
car,
gonna see it.
every time, even if it's 10, 15 feet away, you're gonna look at that spot to see. Oh, can I see it? Yep. I can see it.
That is fascinating. Wow. You don't have to tell me about the acute zone. You know me. I'm always 10 and 2 in the acute zone. And then I'm just doing this. Stop it, please. Sit down. Put your seat. Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
You don't have the mirror thing? You don't have the
No, I do.
drop
I'm kidding. I'm never a distracted driver. Josh, I'm a perfect driver. Look at me.
Mom never had that. She had a fly swatter though.
Oh.
She could mess you up from, from anywhere.
Oh, these kids got it easy.
Yeah, and we had an Econoline van. I mean, I don't know how she could reach that far. But
Your mom had an extendo fly swatter. She was cracking heads in the third row back there. Oh, you can't even say that. Like, I can't even say that. People are all bent out of shape, these kids. Oh, my goodness. All right, listen, if something happens, if you're watching, God forbid, it's terrible. You're in distress, but just remember, Abra is Toyota. Toyota is Abra. Toyota Muscatine, maybe you know it. Maybe you bought a car there. Maybe you know somebody that did. Maybe you have a friend that had experience with the Abra. They're in the same building. They're in the same place. It's super easy. I'm hoping that if you look at my windshield, you're like, it's no big deal. But if, God forbid, something's got to be done about it, I know where to go.
Absolutely.
Couldn't be easier. And like I said, whether it is the small little tiny baby crack do in the windshield, or if you hit Bambi's cousin that's on steroids, because I think sometimes, again, and I don't know for sure, that accident that I was in, that thing was totaled, right? But I had another experience, 2010 or 11, downtown Davenport. I had a 1999 GMC Yukon Denali, and I was waiting to cross 3rd Street, and a lady passed out and about 40 miles an hour into the back of the Denali, which then lurched the Denali forward, which then bumped into a car, and that car went around the corner. Is the craziest thing ever. I almost got pinned against my own car.
Wow.
They tried to say it was totaled, and I'm like, there's no way that it's totaled. There was no frame damage. So sometimes we need to advocate for ourselves, even if you're not an expert. I was certainly not an expert, but I thought, let me take it to a place and have them make the determination before some insurance person is like, it's totaled. And that's what they wanted to do. And it wasn't the case. There was no frame damage. It got fixed, and it was good to go. So you got to be an advocate for yourself, and if you don't feel comfortable doing that, Josh and the crew can do it.
Knowledge is power, so don't be afraid to ask.
It's good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Abra Autobody. I feel like we learn a lot when you're here, and it's very useful because we're still in the midst of winter, and things are going to happen. Not that things don't happen other times of the year. You alluded to how much rain we got last year and slippery conditions and things that are just naturally going to go on. And
that's another thing. Toyota Muscatine sells tires.
They do?
Yes, they do.
Tell me more.
I'll tell you, when you're in the service department and they do that little checkout sheet, and they come to you and it says green, yellow, red, the whole time you're in there, if you come in once and it's yellow, they're gonna say something.
Now, Josh, I feel like they're just trying to sell me tires. Are they just trying to keep me safe?
They are trying to keep you safe.
See, that's the thing, right? Like, nobody has an agenda to
No.
If you got bald tires, if your tires have no tread, they're gonna be like, hey, listen. And if you know that and you just can't afford it, that's fine. But they're at least gonna tell you.
Absolutely. Same with the brakes.
Right.
I mean, so what we're about is keeping you safe.
Yeah. Brakes are a whole thing. I have friends that are like, I can do, and I'm like, I don't know about the friend brake thing. That's just, that's not for me. Experts, master mechanics, it's kind of a thing. All right, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You will be not the type of person that gets a sad balloon in the candy bar.
No, matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do right now?
You're going to go to Floral, aren't you?
I'm not going to Floral, no.
Oh.
My wife is not really that keen on flowers. White chocolate.
Oh, okay.
She's into the white chocolate. Then we have been perusing the La Casa salsa and La Casa white queso that's back there.
Okay.
So I'm going to check, see if it's back there. I'm hoping it is.
Good.
All right.
That's a great Valentine's Day.
You
All right,
bet.
let's get Josh out of here. All right, let's go CBI
Nothing
Bacon
says Super
Trust
Bowl
out.
like White Casa.
Yeah.
Take care, man.
Thanks, buddy. CBI Bacon Trust aisle cam. That's so good. Oh, the big game, big dips. You got to have it, right? You got to have it. There's the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. set up in aisle 8 where there is candy. Yeah, right? Look at that. So, I mean, I feel like there is a candy heart. Listen, I mean, back in the day, you had one option. It was a candy heart, a box of chocolates that had 3 of those ones that you don't want, like nobody wants the strawberry-filled chocolate, and then there's like the weird one, and you're like, no. Now they have like a map on it. You open up the lid, you're like, okay, here's exactly what I want. This one has peanut in it. This one has caramel. It looks delicious. Absolutely fantastic. All right, so definitely want you to check out aisle 8. We're going to get to the Toyota Muscatine cart cam in a second. I'm going to change our course on the cart cam when we get there because I almost forgot. How could I forget that it's our coworker Sherry Sywasink's birthday today? So when we get the cart cam fired up, we're going to go towards register 11 to see Sherry. So today, you can see right over my shoulder, look at that, it's National Corn Chip Day. So we've got a nice variety of Hy-Vee brand chips right there. Certainly the big game is on Sunday, biggest football game of the year. You probably need some type of chip. And then like Josh was saying, get a dip. I love guacamole. I love a queso dip. You know what I love more than both of those is chori queso or chorizo and queso. It's a spicy meat and a cheese married together. Oh my goodness. It's fabulous. Chori queso. Should I try to make it myself? Maybe. So today, January 29th, can you believe January is almost over? It's National Corn Chip Day, and it is also, and I didn't even know this, but we have puzzles. It's National Puzzle Day. This is a color a puzzle with Dumbo on it. I've been called worse. Color a puzzle, right? So if your kids love puzzles, my 5-year-old is a whiz with the puzzles. He's tremendous. That would be right up his alley. And then this one is from How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World. Pretty cool, right? I feel like there are adults that love puzzles. Maybe you have one that's a couple hundred pieces. I don't have the patience for that. I'm not anti-puzzle, let the record state. I'm just not going to do one. That's not for me. But for some people, they get home, they've got that card table, it's up, and they're like, I'm going to go back to that puzzle. And then you get it done. What do you do with it? You take it apart? Do you, like, glue it together? There's people that do that. They, like, shellac it. And then maybe they, I don't know. I know that there's a bar in downtown Muscatine that has puzzles on the ceiling. It's kind of wild, like big, ornate puzzles on the ceiling. More on puzzles, because I know you care. Jigsaw puzzle, first invented in the 1760s by John Spilsbury, who was a European map maker. Cut the map into pieces. So that's cool. I didn't know that. That's a long time, right? When was the last time you looked at an actual map? I had to deliver a cake yesterday to Durant High School. And I used my phone. I know how to get to Durant, right? I've been there before, but I just pulled up the old Google map on the phone, and it took me exactly where I needed to be, so that was just fine. All right, let's mention a couple of things, and then we'll see if we can't get the car cam fired up. It's Sherry's birthday, y'all. Can you believe it? Sherry Sywasink. I would never tell you that she's 60, but it's Sherry's birthday. Also, in our kitchen, Candy Smalley celebrating a birthday. Candy Smalley, who doesn't want anybody to know that it's her birthday, all right? So I'm not going to announce on live television that it's Candy Smalley's birthday, but it is. So, all right, we're going to go Toyota Muscatine car cam, and there is Sherry. We got her good side. It's her birthday. Now, listen, she's already, this lady, hey, there's Sherry. She's already got, she's working on her birthday. She's already got balloons. She's got scotcheroos. She's got flowers, and did I call the bakery to see how much it would cost to get 60 scotcheroos? Yes. Do I have that answer? Not yet. All right. So, Chris, if you can hear me, let's go towards the kitchen because it's also Candy Smalley's birthday. So if you want to whip a Yui and head towards the kitchen, we'll try and see if we can catch Candy Smalley. So Sherry Sywasink, working at Register 11, been here for a number of years, celebrating a birthday today, and Candy Smalley in the kitchen also celebrating her birthday. All right, so let's see. We're heading down through produce, and who do we have in our shot right there? Looks like Kay and Tammy. And then okay, Chris, if you go left a little bit, you can see the balloon back there. You can go, yep. So where the balloon is, that is Candy with, I was going to say with the hat on. They all have hats on because they're working in the kitchen, see? And just say to Candy, just say, happy birthday, Candy. And let's see if she'll give us a wave. Candy's got flowers. There's Candy. Look at her. Her head's peeking up. Ha, ha, ha. She's going to be so mad. Oh, well. That's fine. I'm going to get a picture of Candy and put it on Facebook, too, because I did that for Sherry. So happy birthday to Sherry and to Candy, longtime Hy-Vee employees, good people, happy that they're my friends, and I appreciate everything that they do. All right, so in the meanwhile, since we have time, let's go towards that chip aisle. Look at how good the citrus sale looks in the produce department. So National Corn Chip Day, we're going to take a stroll down the chip aisle. We've got some good examples of Hy-Vee corn chips over my shoulder, but of course, if you need more options, you can go down the chip aisle, which I want to say is aisle 7. Yeah, that's what I thought, right? Aisle 7. Aisle 7 is the chip aisle. So check it out, right? Get your favorite chip, get your favorite dip. Maybe you're low carbonate and you're going to do like pork rinds. That's fine. And if you're not, then listen, God bless. Have at it. Have all the chips you want. That guy, yes, look at that guy. He totally gets what's going on there. That's marvelous. All right. We're going to go down aisle 7 with that cart cam. There's those Jelly Belly drinks, and there you go. Chip after chip after chip. Man. So many chips. Dips on the shelf right there. So everything that you need is ready to go. Taking a sip of the coffee. Yeah, look at that. Looks good, right? It's very uniformed. So many different options, though. Man. Sometimes I just walk down that aisle and I'm like, how? Like, how do we have that many chips? I said chip, no. So that's awesome. Aisle 7, National Corn Chip Day. Check it out. All right. Hey, shout out to Adam Mead, who is watching live right now. Another one of those fabulous employees at Toyota of Muscatine. Adam Riniger on Facebook saying happy birthday to Sherry Siwasink. How about that? And thanks to everybody that's been with us live. I appreciate that very much. All right, we're going to mention a couple of things, and then I'm going to get out of here. So let's talk about Wellness Wednesday, right? So Wellness Wednesday is going on today. It's an awesome opportunity to save money. If you are out there and you are still trying to be healthy and make healthy choices, whether it's organic produce or items in the health market, 10% off each and every Wednesday. Great chance for you to save some dough. And that includes everything in that health market. Vitamins, frozen stuff, the ice cream that I had for dinner. Am I going to buy more Rebel ice cream today? You're darn tootin' I am, because it's Wellness Wednesday. 10% off, health market, organic produce, health and beauty care items. Maybe you need mousse for your hair or deodorant, whatever the case may be. It's 10% off on Wellness Wednesday. Come to the store, load up on it, all right? We've also got lunch and dinner covered here at the store with some of the food court deals. It's Wednesday, Hy-Vee Chinese, entree number 1 or 2 for $3.99, $6.99 pasta buffet, $2.99 pulled pork sandwich. Could you do a pulled pork sandwich on a low-carb diet? Hold the bun. Done. Right? That's awesome. I have been doing like long-term fasting, and I think that's helping the diet as well, but a pulled pork sandwich without the bun sounds pretty good. How about half-off sushi? Half off sushi, and then you can look ahead to the deals on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, if you love Star Wars, our Out of This Galaxy party going on this Saturday, February 1st from 10 till noon, featuring 2 fully dressed stormtroopers and Wes the Balloon Guy. Added Wes the Balloon Guy last night. I always feel bad because I always message Wes, and I'm like, my messages always start like this. Hey, you're probably busy, but... And he was like, actually, I'm not. And I was like, let's do it. So Wes the Balloon Guy in the house, along with 2 fully dressed stormtroopers. Will there be more Star Wars costume folks? I don't know. I know for sure I've got 2 stormtroopers. This group is licensed and sanctioned with Lucasfilms. That's the real deal. You may have seen them at places like Iowa Hawkeye basketball games. They certainly go all over the place. We're excited to have them here. This is super cool. It's all volunteers. They don't accept any payment. They just want you to make a donation. They want you to make a donation in their group's name to a local charity. So we will be doing that on their behalf for the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter, because that's a place that I that I care about. I mean, there's a lot of good causes, certainly, but that's what I suggested to them. Thursday, if you're looking for an experience, Thursday night at Muscatine High School, 7 p.m., 5th annual Happy Chinese New Year concert, free to attend, first come, first serve, featuring some world-renowned musicians. This is a show that typically is not in Muscatine, Iowa, but of course we have that incredible relationship with China. And that's how this happens, right? I mean, there's still costs associated with bringing these performers to Muscatine. But as far as you, the individual, there is no cost to attend tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at Muscatine High School. Free to attend. Free. First come, first serve. Show up. Check it out. And again, I don't want to keep commenting on people that are worried about this coronavirus because these folks are not from that part of China where the coronavirus is a thing. And listen, I got a lot of smart friends. I have a friend from 7th and 8th grade, Ian. He's a professor, college professor. I made this post on Facebook last night. Ian says people should be more concerned about the flu that's killed 8,000 Americans this year. The flu, not coronavirus, the flu, influenza. Did you hear what I said? Has killed 8,000 people. All right, so don't get in a tizzy about this coronavirus that's not even impacted any of these folks. They're not even from that part of the country. You know how big China is? It's bigger than you think, right? The analogy I used yesterday is that I think sometimes people think that like different cities or provinces of China are like going from Muscatine to Wilton. It's not. I've never been there, but I can look on a map. So go to the show and or don't go and just don't complain, right? Because you're not a doctor or an infectious disease expert. If you are, then I want to hear from you, right? Otherwise, you're just, keyboard warrior, MD. Welcome back to another episode of Keyboard Warrior MD. I'm Dookie Howser, and today we're going to Google symptoms, friends. What's going on, doctor? Let me Google it. People don't go to school for 8, 10, 12 years for nothing, right? My goodness, it's just wild. Big game this Sunday. Couple of fun items. I wonder if we go to the Hy-Vee Facebook page. We had this cookie cake that's being cut into pieces that has the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers. There's Sherry. Happy birthday, Sherry. How many comments are on that, by the way? How many people like Sherry? A lot. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Look at that. 82 people. That is wild. All right, so if we scroll down, we'll see these cookie cakes that are on there. It is, we're going to have to keep scrolling, and they post so much stuff on that page. We'll let it load for a second. So big game Sunday, Kansas City Chiefs taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Hy-Vee is a company proud sponsor of the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. And I am going to be rooting for the Chiefs, although I do like George Kittle, former Iowa Hawkeye, current tight end for the San Francisco 49ers. So at the very least, let's have it be a good game. And admittedly, I'm excited that it is not, Tom Brady and the Patriots in the Super Bowl for once. Or big game. What did I say? Big game. There it is right there. Look at that. $1.99 a piece. Want to buy the whole? Those are plastic super rings. I'm the kind of guy, I want one of the rings. Right? I'm going to tell the bakery, hey, let me get a ring to wear on the show tomorrow. Get the frosting off it, and make it happen. So, and I think they have another cake that features Patrick Mahomes that's really exciting. How about our friend Jen on Facebook, who is a nurse, right? Our friend Jen got 90,000 people on her YouTube channel. Says that my friend Ian is correct. The regular flu has killed 8,000 people in the United States. Do you know what Jen does for a living? She's a nurse. So who are you going to believe? Nurses, doctors, experts, or your friend on Facebook? I don't know what to tell you, but everybody on Facebook's not a doctor or an expert. Yes, Keyboard Warrior. Welcome back to another episode of Keyboard Warrior. Today we're talking about the coronavirus and facts I found on the internet. Okay, here we go. Boy, don't you just worry, right? I'm worried about this sometimes. Nobody reads, you know what I mean? We just share. We don't even read. Makes me nervous. All right, I'm going to stop. I want to mention we've got the new hot deals, everybody. Front page of the Hy-Vee ad that was found inside that Discover Muscatine newspaper. If you want to save some money, you can grab those hot deals while they last. It is definitely big game centered on the front page of this ad. Big game, right? You've got big beef and avocados. And what else is on there? So tomatoes, I think, or tomatoes, frozen pizza, chips, Bud Light, Miller Lite, pop. That is a football ad right there, everybody. America, beef, beer, pop, chips, America, and crackers, America. Love it. Hot deals on the front page. And then, yeah, check that out. That's cool. Like, I told you my thing with chili. I love chili. I judged one chili cook-off that benefited the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital this year, and in remembrance of Hayden Doffelt. I have another chili contest coming up in March at Grace Lutheran. My third time judging, by the way, but that's like the only time I eat chili because it's so much chili to judge, and so there's chili on the front page of that Hy-Vee ad. So I'm kind of like, I'm not ready for chili yet. I'll wait until, I think it's Sunday, March 8th is the Grace Lutheran Chili Cook-Off. We'll talk more about that. It's not even February yet, for goodness sake. And then what else? I'll just mention the aisles online. There was, and I didn't even send this, but there's a new graphic that I like for aisles online. If you want to download the app on your phone, I just like this one a lot. Let me see if I can send this on Facebook Messenger really quick. So Hy-Vee Aisles Online, it's right there. Download it on your phone. If you have an iPhone or Android device, it doesn't matter. Even though I have an iPhone and I like iPhones, I would never tell you what to use. Download it and use it, right? Our team is ready to go. They'll take care of you. We also bring groceries to Wapello. So last night, I think we had about 15 orders. So thank you, Wapello. That's my political thumbs up. And look, it's easy peasy grocery pickup. Minimum $30 order, pick it up here at the store or have it delivered. Get an annual membership for Aisles Online, and don't worry about it. It's super easy to use. Political, right? We've got less than a week left of political candidates in the state of Iowa. And here's the thing. Let me grab a pen. Here's the thing. I already got my sleeves rolled up. I'm ready to do a stump speech. Regardless of what side you find yourself on politically, it is pretty cool for the state of Iowa to be first with the Iowa caucuses happening next Tuesday. I encourage you to get out and exercise your right to caucus, as I would tell you to get out and vote. If you don't vote, you can't complain. Same could be said for caucusing. And I don't talk politics on this show because it can be so divisive, and even though it shouldn't be, right? It is. But yeah, I just encourage you to do that. And whether you like it or not, it is cool to have these candidates in your town. They've got this traveling national press with them, which is exciting. And I mean, you get to hear about places like Muscatine, Iowa on the World News or Fox News or whatever news you watch. I certainly don't want to offend anybody. It is nice to have that. So, but then after Tuesday, it's over, right? It's like the air coming out of a balloon. It's just gone. So if you're tired of it, you don't have to wait that much longer. It is amazing to me how much money is spent. Like, how many pieces of direct mail have you received from prospective candidates? Holy guacamole. And that's across the board, right? Maybe you're like tapped out. You're like, I'm done. Look at that. There's a Muscatine story right there. Boom. Muscatine story. Joe Biden in town yesterday. Tom Steyer is at Contrary Brewing tomorrow, I think. And there you go, right? I mean, that's from the New York Times. So that's cool. Again, I don't care who you vote for or what you do. It's just nice to have some national recognition. And if you've never gone to an event, it is fascinating. Those events are both sides, well-oiled machines. You wait forever, right? You wait, and then the person comes out, they talk, and then it's over. So yeah, and I think the president's going to be in Des Moines this weekend or something I saw. So it's not just one side, certainly. Iowa, though, first in the nation, which is very cool. All right, we're going to get out of here. Thanks to Josh Keeler with the Abra Body Shop, Abra Auto Body and Glass inside Toyota of Muscatine. Very good information from him. Appreciate his time. Happy birthday, Sherry Siwasink. Happy birthday, Candy Smalley. And tomorrow on the show, I believe we have 3 guests. If I'm not mistaken, we have an 8:30 guest. We have our buddy B.O.B. Bob Howard stopping by. And then at 9:15, we're going to talk to Boney, brand new Hy-Vee kitchen manager, Boney Alamoski. I think I said his last name right. Boney Alamoski. That's a fun name to say. So that'll be tomorrow on the show. That'll be Thursday. And then Friday, we'll be here as well, right? So ready to go. Last couple of days of the month. February starts on Saturday. Looking forward personally to the Rotary dinner at the Merrill Hotel, 100th anniversary celebration for the Rotary Club of Muscatine. Looking forward to a good night there. And then shout out to Chef Tess at the Merrill. Going to be spending the night for the first time at the Merrill. Can't wait. And I'm sure it's beautiful. I've been into most of the Merrill, just haven't been into any of the hotel rooms. But looking forward to a little staycation and to get away from dem kids. Holy mackerel. All right, thanks to CBI Bank and Trust. Thanks to Toyota Muscatine and team staffing. I appreciate you watching this program, live, local, not recorded, live here inside the Market Grill Express. Tangible, right? I'm here. You find me. Had a lady yesterday bagging her groceries. She said, how's your back feel? And I had to take a minute, and I'm like, oh, she's talking about the column. Fell in the driveway. I'm like, it's feeling okay. So I'm here, right? If you need anything. I'm not driving in from out of town. I'm here every day. So whether it's a guest suggestion or a comment on the show, if you have a complaint, 867-5309. That's the phone number for the complaint department. Jenny will get you all taken care of. So please continue watching, and we'll see you live at 8:30. Or did you see that spit just fly right out? Sorry about that. Hold on. I'm not perfect. What do you want from me? I never said I was perfect, did I? I'm a human, as my dad would say. I'm a human being just like the rest of you. Sometimes spit flies out of my mouth. We're going to need a mop, so I'm going to have to go get a mop for that. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Let's get out of here before I spit or say anything else. Say goodbye, Sammy, the baby balloon. Where else are you going to get a baby balloon? Huh? Nowhere. That's where. All right, we're good.
Watching Hy-Vee today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.